You don't have to write this down. So, in a woman, female reproductive system, ovaries, uterus up here, completely separate from the stomach, which would be here. There's no communicating there. Reproductive system here, and then you have the large intestine. Okay? So if you look, I think we're gonna get 2 slides. When we talk about male reproductive system, we talk about their function. Okay, what that picture that you see on the right, this is a sperm cell, a lot of sperm cells. Okay, a man in one ejaculation can produce 400 million to 700 million sperm cells in one ejaculation. So pre-ejaculatory fluid then could have thousands to hundreds of thousands of sperm cells. Testicles hang outside of the body in the scrotum. It's a sac that protects the sperm. So it doesn't necessarily protect the testicle, it protects the sperm, and here's why. It has to keep the body temperature, or it has to keep the testicles at a temperature below body temperature. Your body's around 98.7 degrees, which means the testicles must be at something below 98.7. So a man's testicles, I'm going to draw it right here because it's a clear spot, you can see it. That's the man's testicles, that's the man's scrotum, the testicle's sitting right there. Let's say this guy right here, Billy, goes out and he's playing basketball with his buddies. It's 105 degrees outside, super hot. The testicles become overheated, stop production of sperm. The only way they produce sperm is if they stay at 98.6. What happens is this, the scrotum will drop and take that testicle along with it. It goes away from the body. Goes away from the body, and that sac gets bigger to extend away from the body to cool off that testicle so sperm production can continue. Let's say Billy decides he's super hot, he wants to jump into a pool. He jumps into the pool, the opposite takes place. It goes from here all the way to here. That testicle, that scrotum pulls that testicle up into the body to warm it up. The testicle has to stay at 98, less than 98.7, so sperm production continues. Problems when guys wear tighty-whities because it's constantly being held to the body. Super hot temperatures in the summertime, lack of production of sperm. This, over a long period of time, this can lead to sterility in men, meaning a man will not produce sperm. Now, this process doesn't take place one time in a day. A man's testicles can go up and down and up and down and up and down all day. And it's not one of those things where they're sitting there going, oh, hold on a second, wait a minute. The testicles that I have just dropped, I felt it. Not like that. It does not work like that. It happens and you have no idea. Testicles are trying to stay at a constant temperature below the body temperature to produce the male sex cell, sperm. Testosterone initiates these changes in men. So now the testicles are producing testosterone. So now that your buddy from 8th grade comes to school as a freshman and he's got his face, he just looks weird. His bone structure is a little bit different. He's starting to develop these big Adam's apple. Maybe he's got a little bit more acne on his face than normal. His voice is deeper, or he just sounds weird. He's a little taller. If he were to raise his hand and he had a tank top on, you'd see hair under his arms. You're going, what? This is what testosterone does to men during puberty. Penis gets bigger this time. It has to, because it has to be able to deliver, to do its job, and its job is to deliver semen at the base of the vagina at the cervix. That's its job. Whenever sexual maturity takes place, that's the job of the male-female reproductive system. Now, don't go home. External organ. It's the penis, tube-shaped organ attached to the trunk of the body, just above the testicles. This is going to be like this on the test. You better know what it is. Tube-shaped organ above the testicles, outside of the man's body. It's a penis. What else could it be? It's composed of spongy tissue. So, everybody know what a sponge is like, right? You take a sponge and you put it down into bath water. You squeeze the sponge and you let the sponge go. What's it going to do? It's going to fill with water, right? Pick that sponge out, and all that water is draining out. It's a heavy, heavy sponge, right? Now, if you squeeze that, you squeeze all the water out, it's super light. This is exactly what's going on in a man's body when he gets an erection. Only difference is that water is running out of the sponge. The blood has nowhere to go in a penis. That's why a man becomes erect and has an erection. His penis becomes hard, and they call it rock hard, boner, or They call it a boner because it feels like there's a bone in the man's penis, but there are no bones in a man's penis. I had a kid last year going, Miss Nellie, you know what I found out the other day? I got bones in my penis. I said, hell no. I said, well, congratulations, you are the only man with bones in his penis. Now, I understand what he means. Believe me, I do. This is my finger here, right? My finger is moving. I have elastic features of my finger. I can twist it. I can move it all around. It has 3 bones in it. Similarly, a penis can do the similar things. No bone. Feels like it, though, because my man becomes erect. The blood engorges his penis. It doesn't have anywhere to go. Penis becomes ejaculation. So, at the heightened state of arousal, vas deferens spurts out sperm into the seminal vesicles. The seminal vesicles push the fluid and the sperm into the prostate gland. Now, here's the cool thing. When that one vein is pushing the fluid and the sperm out, that is the feeling a man gets during an orgasm. Because that one vein is contracting and pushing out the fluid. In one ejaculation, there's 400 to 700 million. So 400 to 700 million sperm cells released. Typically about an ounce, depending on the man's hydration. Yes. You have a lot of fluids in your body. A lot of these fluids are going to continuously be replenished. Okay? And that will be protection, more protection for your sperm cells. Less, your body doesn't care necessarily about your ejaculation phase, protecting your sperm if they can't take care of its heart because of the lack of water. So your body's going to shut that off. That's another reason why you're going to drink water. Circumcision. When a man is uncircumcised, this is what his penis looks like. So the typical penis from the side view, and again, I'm terrible at drawing. Okay, so from the top, this is what you would see. Something like this. Typically. the head of the man's penis right here.